This is KCBD News Channel 11 at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. Abner is off tonight. Today is the 38th birthday for convicted murderer Rosendo Rodriguez, and on this day, on his behalf, his attorney has gone all the way to the Supreme Court to ask that Rodriguez be allowed to live instead of going forward with his scheduled execution tomorrow. In 2008, a jury found him guilty of murdering 29-year-old Summer Baldwin, who was pregnant at the time. Rodriguez also confessed to murdering 16-year-old Joanna Rogers. Both families are planning on witnessing his execution in Huntsville tomorrow. KCBD News Channel 11's Shaley Sanders spoke with Joanna Rogers' family, who searched for their daughter for 2 years before learning that she had been murdered.
I don't think this was too long before she was killed.
Here you go. Here's the perfect shot.
Find a good one?
Oh, yeah. A hockey stick on roller skates, I believe.
I think it looks like that.
On Monday, May 3rd, 2004, Kathy and Joe Bill Rogers kissed their daughter Joanna goodnight for the last time.
I went in to wake her up, and she was gone. She had just vanished.
The fact that she left all her personal items is of major concern for us, leading us to believe that she had no intentions of leaving for good.
In justice to Joanna, we cannot assume that she's going to show up
tomorrow or the next day.
tomorrow or the next day.
But we want her back. We're going to find her.
We're looking for Miss Joanna Rogers. I'm deputy.
Search parties spread out across the community looking for any sign of 16-year-old Joanna.
Call us. Call the Sheriff's Department. Call National Children's Hotline, because we want her back. We want her back now.
Posters on businesses, flyers, and mailboxes. But months later, on Joanna's 17th birthday, still nothing.
Stay strong and come home to us, honey.
Your daddy loves you too, Joe. You knew that.
I knew that God was taking care of Joanna. And so to keep that picture in my mind of her in Jesus' arms, that was it. That's the best I could do.
This is what we have left.
Then, a break in the case.
What's going on, Sheriff?
Police were investigating the murder of Summer Baldwin, a young pregnant woman. The suspect, Rosendo Rodriguez III, who eventually admitted to killing Baldwin.
Let's go and let her go. I checked her pulse on her wrist and there was nothing.
As investigators searched his computer, they learned he had been chatting with Joanna before she went missing. The Lubbock County District Attorney's Office made a deal. If Rodriguez would tell them what happened to Rogers, they would waive the death penalty in Baldwin's case. Rodriguez took the deal. He told police he met with Joanna the night she disappeared. They argued and then he strangled her, put her body in a suitcase, and threw it in a dumpster. For 2 months, men and women searched the landfill for that suitcase. Roughly 900 days after Joanna went missing, they found it. Her body still inside.
That was the last day they were going to dig. Because it's nasty and dangerous out there. You know, we wouldn't want anybody getting hurt.
Thank God that, they were patient enough to help us find Joanna.
It's not the outcome the Rogers prayed for, but thanks to the work of volunteers and law enforcement, they would get to bury their daughter.
Even after 14 years, it means so much to us that this community has come together and that law enforcement never gave up to bring Joanna home.
Shaley Sanders, KCBD, News Channel 11.
You may remember at the last minute, Rodriguez withdrew his guilty plea, so the state went ahead and sought the death penalty. In 2008, a jury convicted Rodriguez and sentenced him to death. Barring a last-minute stay now from the Supreme Court, he will be executed tomorrow in Huntsville. We have a crew there now where both of his victims' families plan on witnessing his execution. Coming up tonight at 10, we will focus on Summer Baldwin's case and how her death has linked these two families together.